Hello, everyone. Yes, we are still in the midst of the COVID Crucible. And today I want to talk about the second part of the 7 C's of resilience. We talked already about compassion for ourselves and gratitude for the ability to really identify, name, and offer the emotions that we have been feeling. But now I want to really talk about the core, our purpose, the things that we really hang on to in the midst of this epidemic and all that we are going through as a collective group. And I think in healthcare, we're particularly well equipped to talk about purpose, because that is what we often hang on to when we start work and we're walking into the lion's den of COVID, if you will, and knowing that we might be putting ourselves at risk and our families at risk, but we do it because that is who we are. That is our purpose, and this is what we are called to do. I just thought, since, in case you wondered if I'd been in any crucibles, this is our car that was burned during the Santa Rosa fires in 2017. And I think few of us willingly jump into the crucible experiences in our lives, but they will come, and they do. And each one of them will inform you as a person of who you are, and it will help refine you to your core, if you're willing to let it. So out of this crucible, burning off the dross, if you will, we're really able to look at what we're hanging on to, and that is our purpose, our commitment to who we are and what we want to give to this world in our time here. I think now we're in such a pressurized environment because of the epidemic. People know that life is fleeting. Medical science will not cure it all, and that what we're here to do is essential and time limited. So tempering our personal purpose is a part of what happens during the crucible times in our lives. And it helps us find our voice clearly and being able to offer our unique voice to the world. We're aware by the time we come through to the other side of this burning hell that we're in, there's some hardiness there. We know we've made it, and that we've been able to develop new empathy for others that are going through really hard times. It allows us to be clear about our integrity and who we are and what we are about as a human being, that core, that metal that is within us. And that becomes then more of a moral compass for us. And so we move now from the heat, and I want to go into a nice forest glade and to relieve our eyes for a minute and say that we will get through the heat of the COVID crucible, and that we can also look at then, what are we shedding? What kind of light are we shedding on this world? Is it light? Is it darkness? What is our voice? And do we help green the world? Viridas. So the second C, commitment, is really about our personal purpose. So I have some coaching questions for you, because if you aren't in a profession that you feel like you have a sense of impact each day that you make, you are still making an impact. But I'm asking you then to think on your own when you feel you are in joy. That is when you're probably fulfilling your personal purpose. And sometimes, for people, it's a spiritual thing, it's an idea or a value. But no matter what it is, think about the positive impacts of the things that you do or say, the way you come to this world, the way you be in this world. And that creates meaning for your life, because you are making that impact. Sometimes if you think back on the times that you were at your lowest and there was one small thing, maybe somebody smiled at you in the grocery store, or some person offered you something that you needed at that moment. It was just like a breath of fresh air. It was like taking off that mask and being able to breathe clean, fresh air. Everything counts, no matter how small. Everything counts. Until a person is committed, until you're really clear, there is a hesitancy and then ineffectiveness. And as Goethe said, the moment that you definitely commit yourself is when providence moves. Everything moves then to help you to make things work so that the world supports you in making things better, the greening of the world, the light into the world. Leonardo da Vinci said that where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. And I would say that each of us has some art that we're offering the world, whether it is what we say, what we do, or perhaps real art that you are offering that makes our lives enriched. So we've talked about the second C now, and the next that we will talk about is going to be connection. So join us for that later. If you have questions, here's a way to get a hold of us.